Hello, Steve 89. Well, as I said before, another story that annoyed me. But this has been something that's bothered me for a long time now. Martin Bashir. In my opinion, he's scum. Basically, I've hated him for years because of the Michael Jackson interview. He basically conned Michael into coming onto his Neverland ranch and basically having all access. The idea was he was going to show people what Michael's really like, what his life's really like, and basically show him in a good light and show people what a good person he is. Instead, this guy captured a bunch of innocent things, made them look suspicious, and just golded Michael into doing things that he could portray and make him look crazy. Well, he's a bit crazy, but to make him look crazier than he was, and bad. And he did that very well, and that was the reason Michael ended up being sued by some people who, of course, saw the response to that and thought, well, we can take advantage of this. No one's going to, if we accuse Michael of molesting our children, there's no way they're not going to believe us with this image that he's got now because of this documentary and this guy, Martin Bashir. So he ended up being sued, and he went to court over false allegations of child molestation, and it destroyed him. He already had drug addiction problems, from medical problems, from back pain and pain on his scalp from where he was burned. He'd had problems with painkillers for years because of that, and that took over, and he ended up dying from an overdose, which he didn't give himself. It was a doctor that did it because it was that's a whole big huge story and all that. So he was responsible for all that, and then he did an interview with Diana. Now, he did the interview with Diana first, but basically he lied. He lied to Diana. He said, your staff, he faked bank accounts and bank statements to make it appear as though her staff and her security were selling stories to the news to try and encourage her to speak to him to get the story straight before these other stories came out, basically. So now she did want to tell her story. She did say, without knowing that he'd faked this, that she didn't regret the interview and that she did want to tell her story. But the motivation, the impetus, the rush to do it was because she was convinced that these people were conspiring against her and taking money from the media, and that she was basically racing these people to get her story out, which was not the case. And it was exactly, I think, 2 years from her death to the day that her brother spoke to Martin Bashir and got the interview, set it in motion, basically. And a lot of people think it contributed to her relationship with the media and contributed to a lot of the problems in the breakup of her marriage and that, which was probably going to end anyway, but didn't help. And they put a lot of blame on him in that interview on her death, for her death. And I'm not sure exactly what his responsibility is in regards to her marriage, which was going to end, and her being in that tunnel, being chased by paparazzi. I'm not sure, but the point is he lied. She may not have done that interview when she did that, how she did that, in the way that she did that, if she'd known the truth. And when it was investigated, they didn't do a proper investigation, so she died not knowing the truth about that story and not knowing that she'd been fooled and that she was basically paranoid and afraid of a situation that didn't exist because this reporter faked it to create a situation to motivate her, create an environment to motivate her to tell a story and to tell a controversial and paranoid and defensive story, which she did. I just think he's scum, and it just makes me so sad that Michael was in talks to speak to, from what I hear, Louis Theroux, and it was between Louis Theroux and Martin Bashir, and he chose Martin Bashir for some reason. Had he gone with Louis Theroux and had he allowed him onto his compound, his ranch, might have been a totally different documentary, a totally different honest portrayal, because I'm fairly sure Louis Theroux, does a fairly good job of portraying the people. I haven't heard a lot of complaints about him misrepresenting his subjects or anything. not like the reputation Martin Bashir has. And the worst part is the BBC covered this up. They found out that he did this, but they covered it up because he was one of their star reporters. He was so famous because of the Michael Jackson interview and the Diana interview and that, and they covered it up and they allowed him to work. Now, he quit a couple of days ago and he cited medical problems. So at least he's gone. Hopefully he'll never work again. And I just hate the guy. He killed Michael Jackson basically, and he didn't exactly help Diana. So, and he did that just to make himself more famous, and it's just disgusting. He's just a disgusting person. I hate him. So I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.